7:39 is the time on this first day of February as we welcome the first Tuesday, Dr. Jaimie Ronchetto from Cinema Vet on Cinema Drive right here in Valencia. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm a little chilled. It's chilly outside, but I like it. I like the change. And what's going on with Cinema Vet this morning?
Same old.
You open at 8 o'clock, so you still have about 20 more minutes, right?
Yeah, we typically open at 8. The doctors get there at 9 to start seeing appointments. We are actually closed today because we had some issues that we need to repair inside, but we'll be open tomorrow.
Okay, so you are located at Cinema Drive. What's a good Cinema Drive? A lot of businesses there. What are you close to?
We are close to Keyshow. We're on that end, so closer to the Valencia Boulevard end of Cinema Drive. So we're right behind Keyshow at the start of that little strip mall where Karma is. Across from the, what is that? That's a church. Across from the church.
I think it's Real Life. Is it Real Life? I know where you're talking about.
No,
it's the old movie.
Different.
It's the old movie theaters. Remember when they used to be movie theaters? Yeah. So Cinema Drive. The number is 253-9300. We are talking this morning to Dr. Jaimie Ronchetto, as we do every couple of weeks. A couple of questions for you. We always have some emails come in, or actually texts that come in after you have already been on the air, and so yeah. I just pile them up and I save them for the next time we talk. So I do have a couple of questions. One, I guess, because there's so much talk over the last year and a half about human vaccinations, we need to make sure our pets are vaccinated. So how do we know if our pet is up to date on all the vaccinations? And are there any new vaccinations? And is there a COVID vaccination for pets?
All very good questions. So, no, there is no COVID vaccine for pets. The core vaccines that we recommend for dogs would be one called distemper parvo. It's a combo vaccine for those viruses. Certainly rabies vaccine is required by law. And then we also recommend the Bordetella vaccine, which is for kennel cough. Kennel cough would be yearly. After they're adults, the others are typically done every 3 years. Same for cats. We recommend rabies always, even if they're indoor only. And then there's one for feline leukemia, and there's one for other feline upper respiratory viruses. One's called panleukopenia, rhinotracheitis. So those would be the core ones that we recommend for our dogs and cats. For out here, as far as newer ones that may not be recommended all the time, but we're recommending more now, there is one for leptospirosis for dogs, as well as canine influenza. So your doctor may talk to you more about those the next time that you go in.
Is there a seasonal, for allergies, type of vaccination that should be done every, because I know we have a flu shot and we should get that once a year, and it's all about the flu viruses that are prominent for that year. Because it changes every year, right. And I think it's like the top 4 or 5, and they squeeze them into the shot. Is there something that, for like hay fever or anything like that, or is that just a medication that you give orally?
Right. So it's not a vaccine for allergies, but we do have a therapy that is given in an injectable form. So maybe some people do confuse it for a vaccine. It's called Cytopoint is the drug, and it does work very well for most dogs that have pretty intense itching from allergies. So less so the hay fever type of symptoms, but more just really chewing and itching and scratching. And if we give that, it's labeled for use every month if needed, but some dogs, it works a lot longer, which is nice. That gives them relief for a lot longer than a month.
Next question. Does my senior pet need a dental cleaning? And if so, does my senior pet need a dental cleaning? And if so, do they need to be knocked out in order to have it done?
That is another great question. So typically, I find that if you have a senior pet, they probably do have some level of dental disease, periodontal disease. We like to look at them first to see how bad the teeth may be. We grade them a 1 through 4, and they may or may not need extractions, so we can try to look at that when we look at the pet and give you the estimate for what the dental would cost, depending on the, like I said, the 1 through 4 grading of the teeth. We always recommend them to be fully anesthetized. I think it's safer for the pet. We have control of the airway. We control the anesthesia. We can give them more pain relief meds if they need it. We monitor blood pressure. They're on fluids the whole time. And if there is something going on that needs more attention than just the cleaning, like if they need an extraction, then they're already totally anesthetized, and that's something that we're able to do. If they're not anesthetized, these places that do the awake dental cleanings, they're doing a very minimal, just sort of tip of the iceberg type of cleaning. They can't address anything else than that, so we don't recommend that.
This is a question for me. I'm just curious. I've seen a lot of older pets, especially little in size, older pets with no teeth at all, and the tongue hangs out because the teeth don't hold them in. Now, is that? I know every case is different. I know every dog is different, but is that because the teeth have fallen out completely, or do you recommend that they take those teeth out in the senior years?
Well, it could be either. So if the periodontal disease is bad enough, they can just lose teeth on their own. Obviously, that's not the greatest, because before they fall out, usually they are painful in some way, whether they show changes or not as far as eating. Small little dogs do tend to have worse periodontal disease. They just do. Part of it's genetics, and we do recommend dental cleanings, on a regular basis, so we can monitor those teeth, keep them clean, hopefully keep the teeth in the mouth and not have to do extractions. But many times when they get to an advanced stage, especially if they haven't had good dental care in the past, they do end up needing a lot of extractions. So we are taking those teeth. If they need to be taken, if they're diseased, if the x-rays show that there's abscessed roots or a lot of bone loss, then we do recommend taking those teeth.
And I'm just going to assume that there are no such thing as baby dog dentures. I'm just going to go out on a limb there. We are talking to Dr. Jaimie Ronchetto from Cinema Vet. If you want to go to the website, which is very cool, it has been updated and it's really, really cool, cinemavet.com. The number is 253-9300. Thank you so much, Dr. Jaimie, for talking to us. Have a great rest of your week.